Celsius stock is down nearly 20% in the pre-market hours because of their earnings report. So with that being said, in this video, I'm going to be going over that earnings report in depth. Then I'm going to be showing you guys my intrinsic value calculations for Celsius, why I have a position in this company, and whether or not I should keep this position. What is my stance on Celsius now after this earnings report? Let's go ahead and take a look at Celsius earnings. Now, guys, before we get into the earnings report and everything else, let me just give you a quick background on what Celsius is. Not going to take long. So, looking at Celsius, what is Celsius? Celsius is essentially just an energy drink company. As we can see, 20% of the energy drink market in dollar share in the US. What this company owns, they own Alani Nu, Celsius, and Rockstar Energy. So let's just quickly take a look at those three brands and then we'll get into that earnings. First, taking a look at Celsius, this is more geared towards a fitness side of the energy drink, more say healthy for you, as we can see here, more towards that side. This Celsius brand is pretty diverse in the demographic. It's mainly a split between male and women, male and female who use or drink Celsius. But if we take a look at the Alani Nu, this is where it gets interesting, and I like about this business is the diversification. The Alani Nu side is mainly geared towards women, as we can see here. So 70% women age 18 to 44. This is a fitness side, but also more of a fun, flavorful thing. Now, if we scroll down to the other side, we have Rockstar. This is 70% male at age 18 to 44. So pretty diverse in terms they have one that's geared towards males, one geared towards females, one that's for both sides, that pretty split. But you have to realize one more thing. Celsius is going through essentially a rough time, and the reason for that is just because of these acquisitions. Celsius was previously just straight up Celsius in early 2025. They've recently acquired both Alani Nu and Rockstar Energy, and some background here is that they have basically allowed PepsiCo to invest in them about 11% share to in order for them to get a Pepsi distribution system. So Pepsi is helping them on that end and also gave them Rockstar Energy to basically get an investment in this company. So just keep in mind with that earnings report, I think this is just a short-term kind of mishaps that's going to happen from this company, but long-term I think it's positive. But let's take a look at that earnings. Firstly, let me show you guys what analysts were expecting for this upcoming earnings to compare what they expected versus what they actually reported. So if we take a look here at valuationinvesting.money, it's my website I created. It's only $9.99 per month if you want to go ahead, check it out. You can also get a 7-day free trial. If you don't, that's fine. But go ahead, take a look here. You can take a look at analyst expectations. They're expecting $0.85 billion, so $850 million around that for this quarter in revenue. Yes, we are expecting about 42 cents. So if we go over and take a look at Celsius Holdings, guys, let's just take a look at what they reported. Reporting $817 million in revenue. That already there, pretty bad miss on the revenue number. Also, the EPS came in short as well. So both the EPS and revenue missed on this company. That's why the stock is falling in the pre-market hours. If we take a look at all these numbers here, it is not great. The reason I say this is the revenue came in short. If we look at the gross margins really took a hit this time around. Also, just the EPS didn't do well. Most of these numbers did not do well, at least what analysts were expecting. If we take a look at what they actually released though, look here. At least they did record record second quarter revenue. But that's not really saying much. $818 million, they were expecting a lot better. This is still pretty disappointing from this company. They say successful integration of Alani Nu and Rockstar Energy in their portfolio. Well, still not good enough. Celsius Holdings portfolio contributed approximately 30% of the zero sugar US energies category, 640 million growth in the second quarter of 2026. With this headline, I don't like what they're doing here. They're kind of grasping at nothing, personally. If we scroll down, take a look at what John Fieldly, the chairman and CEO of Celsius, has said. He said, during the second quarter of 2026, we made meaningful progress in advancing Celsius Holdings, all that good stuff. With Celsius, Alani Nu, and Rockstar Energy, we are building a scaled modern energy portfolio with distinct roles, attracting new consumers. That is my main reason to be in this company. The diversification of basically the different brands they own is very strong, and that's what I like. That's what they're really keen on here. And that's not good when it comes to the earnings report. If you're just focused on how the products are blending well, I don't think this is positive that they're not focused on these numbers. If we take a look at why this revenue came in short, we can take a look here. During the quarter, Alani Nu generated sales of approximately 364.4 million, benefiting from strong consumer demand and the transition into the PepsiCo distribution system and the successful launch of limited time purple cotton candy flavor. So that was pretty positive, but we can also see why it started decelerating in that area. This growth was partially offset by the discontinuation of certain non-ready to drink energy products, as well as a high content of DSD versus direct sales. So that is definitely concerning here. I think Celsius is having a hard time transitioning their distribution and how that's affecting the company. Also, if we scroll down, this resulted in higher trade investments and billbacks that reduce reported net revenue. So once again, this revenue overall may have been actually under exaggerated. If we take a look here, Rockstar Energy contributed approximately 66.5 million in revenue during the second quarter of 2026. Celsius brand revenue though decreased by approximately 11.7%. When you see that, that's a pretty big red flag. But what they have to say for it at least makes up for potential reasons to really not like this report. Compared to the same period last year, reflecting increased trade and promotional investment, shipment timing related to inventory rebalancing, softness in the club channel, a planned moderation in innovation activity during the period, and SKU optimization initiatives implemented in conjunction with integration of recent acquisitions and Alani Nu's distribution transition. So essentially, what this sounds like is I think this is a short term problem, but long term, we still look perfectly fine. That's my personal opinion. I could be wrong, and maybe you could say I'm biased, but personally, with this report, it appears to be more short term problem with really getting acclimated to PepsiCo's distribution system and also handling other brands like Alani Nu and Rockstar Energy. That's my personal opinion right now. Obviously, not very happy about this earnings, not very good. But nonetheless, they just need to get accustomed to this distribution system and able to get all these brands together and really start to synergize them. That will really help the company going forward. But right now, it does look a bit poor. Another thing, guys, for if we take a look here, Celsius brand international revenue totaled 27.2 million, representing 10% increase. I would like to see this growing more. I think the international expansion for Celsius could really bring a very good revenue stream for this company, and I think they need to continue to expand that international revenue a lot better. I think that's a key area in this market that they could be missing a lot of money on. If we take a look at what the gross profit came in at, as we can see, gross profit increased by about 13 million to $393.7 million, an increase of 3.4% from 380.9 million in 2025. Gross profit margin decreased to 48.1% from 51.5%. Another bad number right here, honestly, that's decreasing by that much. They are saying the decrease was primarily driven by higher promotional and incentive activity as a percentage of revenue and channel mix. As they try to continue to market these brands, that is going to happen. So once again, I think this is a short-term thing. This decrease was partially offset by ongoing improvements from our integration of Alani Nu acquisition and the absence of inventory step-up expense in 2026. This is a positive thing, though, that the inventory expenses aren't going to be as bad with PepsiCo's distribution system. Once they get that all in line, I think it could be better. Another positive I see in this report, guys, is as we can see here, they're actually saying their margins are expected to expand. The initiatives that they are creating in terms of the costs for the transportation, for just the raw material costs, expecting to drive margin expansion over the remainder of the year, including their orbit model, freight optimization, raw material alignment, revenue growth management capabilities. All that is actually continue to progress. That's a positive right here, as we can see, and that could really help benefit them in the future with their recent acquisitions. Another thing, guys, they actually were buying back shares. They bought 100 millions of dollars in share repurchases. So that's another positive in a way. This company was known as a growth company. Now we're definitely starting to get to a more mature area of this business just as they start to really populate their brands together. The growth isn't going to continue at fast paces just because the business itself is going to be very hard for them to grow this fast for the future. But nonetheless, at least they are buying back shares. I personally like these repurchases, especially the stock at a cheaper price. Now let's take a look at the retail performance for all three of their brands. First, let's take a look at Celsius. Celsius brand retail sales decreased 2% year over year. So pretty poor from that Celsius side of the business. Once again, they say the reduction is in average SKUs took effect immediately, while the associated space gains are being realized over a longer period. So that is what they're saying for this side of the business. I don't like that that's decreasing. I think it's going to be hard for them to get accustomed to integrating these other brands. But the Alani Nu retail sales increased 55.7% year over year, driven by continued innovation, expanded distribution. I think this is going to be their key side of the business that continues to expand well. I think Alani Nu really has a hold, especially on the women's side of energy drinks. Nearly 70% of the users, drinkers, are women, younger women. So that's something to keep in mind. I think that's really helping. However, they also have Rockstar Energy. Rockstar Energy has actually been declining. That is not very good. Decreasing 13% year over year. This is a dying, I'd say, side of the business brand. But personally, I think they could potentially revive it. But obviously, this isn't something you want to see with 13% year over year decrease. Now, once again, guys, if we take a look at valuationinvesting.money, only $9.99 per month, I'm going to be using my intrinsic value calculator. There's a lot of other things you can go ahead and take a look at, but here are my assumptions going forward, also kind of based on analyst expectations. For 2026, I expect 25% revenue growth for this year. Then 2027, I expect 13%. Then 2028, 11, 9, and 8%. I expect deceleration from this business. I don't think they're going to be able to continue to grow at such fast paces. But for the future profit margin, 20%. And I know this may be kind of ridiculous for some people. And the reason for this is because once the distribution system starts to really get good, the overall efficiency should start to get really good in 5 years. And what other drink companies' profit margins are right now, Monster Energy is near 25%, Coca-Cola is near 25%. Technically, Celsius is around that 10 to 15% right now, even though it says almost a 6% profit margin. That is one thing that's kind of wrong about this, guys. Because if we want to take a look, let's take a look at the financial charts. Look at this profit margin, guys. So looking at the profit margin, we were once at look at this. Once we were at about a 10% plus profit margin. However, now we're back down to about 4%. The reason for this is, if we take a look at the net income, I've said this in past videos. The reason for this is not because the company's margins are necessarily organically compressing. It is a factor of organic compression for the profit margin, but mainly due to the distribution fees. When they went towards PepsiCo for their distribution, this is what happened. We saw a big reduction in net income even though they didn't pay for that. PepsiCo agreed to pay for that distribution fee of about $300 million, but that still artificially affected the net income of Celsius. One reason you can just take a look at why that automatically isn't the reason, or it's not organically declining, is look at the free cash flow. The free cash flow continues to do very well up and to the right, but the net income is being a little bit finicky and not doing well. It's because of accounting. So keep that in mind. Also, for the PE ratio, we're trading at a 67 PE ratio right now, guys. But in reality, that PE ratio should probably be in the mid 20s if we don't account for that distribution fee that they didn't even pay. So with that being said, these are my numbers for the future profit margin. PE ratio of 20, I think, is fair. The shares outstanding, I actually think they're going to start buying back shares, and they have a buyback program in place now. Even though they were diluting shareholders before, that's also because of the brand acquisitions. Scroll down here. I think we can make a 25% future compound annual growth rate from this company, projected stock price of $90. So what I'm saying with this company, if we take a look at my portfolio in valuationinvesting.money, let's scroll down, take a look at my position. Celsius, I have 100 shares at about an average price of $29. Scroll down, this is my second smallest position in my portfolio. I have 8.2% in Celsius. What this means for me, guys, Celsius, I'm still going to continue to hold this company. But like I've said, if I'm going to buy this company, it has to be at an insanely cheap price. Under $20, I would look at maybe adding more. The reason I'm not jumping on buying this is already because my position is a little bit bigger than I want it to. The reason why I don't want it to be that big is because this company isn't really fitting my investment philosophy. No real competitive advantage in terms of the energy drink business, all that good stuff. Also, not very great fundamental company, at least right now, as compared to my other holdings. So I don't want it to be a big holding. That's essentially why this is it in my portfolio. So that was Celsius earnings. Please subscribe, hit the like button, comment down below. Do you agree or disagree on this analysis? And thank you guys. See you.